The Newshour Special Edition.
Good evening and a very warm welcome. You're watching the Newshour Special Edition. I'm Prathibha. Viewers, is the opposition going too far in appeasement politics? From objecting to our national song Vande Mataram to glorifying known Hindu tyrants like Tipu Sultan, the political temperature has risen sharply. The Prime Minister has launched a scathing attack on the Congress, accusing it of appeasement politics. And we break down multiple incidents that have been reported in the country that raise the question on whether appeasement politics has gone too far. Let's begin with what the Prime Minister has said during an gathering in Assam. The Prime Minister said that while the Muslim League divided India during independence, today Congress has become Muslim League, Maoist Congress, and it is in the process of dividing India. And then we talk about how the opposition leaders have raised objection to Vande Mataram and have also been glorifying Tipu Sultan. First up, listen in to the Prime Minister's attack.
आज की कांग्रेस हर उस विचार, हर उस आतंकी को कंधे पर बिठाती है जो देश का बुरा सोचता है। आजादी के समय मुस्लिम लीग ने देश का बंटवारा कराया। अब आज की कांग्रेस मुस्लिम लीगी माओवादी कांग्रेस बनकर फिर देश बांटने में जुट गई है। ये एमएमसी है, माओवादी मुस्लिम लीगी कांग्रेस।
So the Prime Minister's statement has triggered a big political confrontation over nationalism and ideological posturing. One such instance has been reported from Maharashtra's Malegaon, and it has one thinking about this appeasement politics by the opposition leaders. Amid this, you have the Congress state president, Harshvardhan Satkal, who has likened Tipu Sultan to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, claiming that both embodied the ideals of bravery and freedom. This comes after a Congress ally and a newly appointed deputy mayor of Malegaon, Shahi-in-Nihal Ahmed, put up a portrait of Tipu Sultan in her office. She in fact also referred to Tipu as a freedom fighter, and this triggered a big political storm.
जो कॉर्पोरेटर्स थे उन्होंने मुझे ये सप्रेम भेंट दिया और उन्होंने ये लगा दिया, और वो लगाने पर मुझको कुछ एतराज़ नहीं है, क्योंकि टीपू सुल्तान जो हैं वो हिंदुस्तान के फ्रीडम फाइटर है, ये सब ने माना है। यहाँ तक कि उनकी तारीफ सिर्फ हिंदुस्तान ने नहीं, ब्रिटेन ने भी की है, जिस वक्त वो ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी से लड़ा करते थे।
छत्रपती शिवाजी महाराजांचं शौर्य ज्या पद्धतीचं आहे आणि एक स्वराज्य नावाचा त्यांनी जो ज्या पद्धतीने एक विचार दिला आहे, अगदी त्यांच्याच मांडियाळीमध्ये त्यांच्यानंतर त्यांच्या बऱ्याच कालावधी लोटल्यानंतर त्यांचा आदर्श घेऊन टिपू सुलतान यांनी इंग्रजांच्या विरोधात कुठेतरी लढा पुकारला होता. आणि त्या अर्थानं टिपू सुलतान हे एक शौर्य गाजवणारे एक योद्धे होऊन गेले, एक भारताचे भूमिपुत्र होऊन गेले. त्यांनी कधी कुठल्याही विखारी विचारांना त्यांनी जवळ केलं नाही, तर एक शौर्याचं लक्षण म्हणून टिपू सुल्तानांना आपण शिवाजी महाराजांच्या समकक्ष बघितलं पाहिजे.
हजारों हिंदुओं को कत्ल करने वाला टिपू सुल्तान वो और महाराज, इनको एक समान आदर दिया जाए, इस प्रकार की बात अगर कांग्रेस पार्टी कहती है तो वोटों के लालच में ये कितने भी जूते चाटे, महाराष्ट्र और देश इसको सहन नहीं करेगा, हम इसको सहन नहीं करेंगे।
वोट बैंक की राजनीति में कांग्रेस पार्टी कितना गिरेगी, मैं जानना चाहता हूं उद्धव ठाकरे जी से, मैं जानना चाहता हूं उनके जो अलाय पार्टनर सीपी शरद पवार जी से, कि क्या इस प्रकार की तुलना की जा सकती है एक हत्यारे, एक हिंदू विरोधी के साथ छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज की तुलना? क्या ये संभव है? इसके लिए कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए महाराष्ट्र के कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष पर।
And well, the AIMIM has also come in, Asaduddin Owaisi, adding a religious dimension to the discourse, referring to the Islamic teachings and whatnot. He in fact went on to object to Vande Mataram, going on to ask if it is a loyalty test. You'd also remember the UP Chief Minister also had a response to those who are raising questions on Vande Mataram.
इस्लाम की बुनियादी तालीम क्या है कि हम सिवाय अल्लाह के किसी की इबादत नहीं करते, ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह। ये तो बुनियादी इनका, आप अगर आप बोलेंगे नहीं तो फिर भारत तो फिर एक थ्योरेटिक कंट्री हो जाएगा एक्चुअल सेंस में। वैसे तो होने जा रहा है, जिस तरह बीजेपी आरएसएस लेके आगे बढ़ रही है।
आप लोगों के नेता तो दुर्योधन की प्रतिमा लगाने की बात करते हैं, बाबर की कब्र में सजदा की इसका समर्थन करते हैं और वंदे मातरम का विरोध करते हैं। जो व्यक्ति वंदे मातरम का विरोध करता है, कान पकड़ करके उसको धक्का देकर के बाहर करना चाहिए। वंदे मातरम का जो विरोध करेगा, हिंदुस्तान की धरती पे तो नहीं उसको रहने का कोई अधिकार मिलना चाहिए।
So the Prime Minister's charge in Assam was very, very clear, and the question is also extremely clear. On one hand, you have a song that has unified the entire country. There are some who are opposing it, yet they have no problems whatsoever in glorifying somebody like Tipu Sultan, who was known as the oppressor of Hindus. Why is it that appeasement comes at the cost of national unity? That's our question this evening. Joining us on the broadcast, Shehzad Poonawalla, national spokesperson of the BJP, Yuvraj Pokharna, columnist, Kamrizman Chaudhary, political analyst on the broadcast with us. We also have Professor Atikur Rahman, a political analyst, and Dr. Pooja Mishra, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. And I want to begin with Professor Atikur Rahman. There are two questions really. On one hand, you have Vande Mataram that is being opposed. It's a song that united the entire country. It is the soul of the freedom struggle. There is opposition to it. On the other hand, when history books very clearly mention the role of Tipu Sultan in forced conversions, destruction of the temples, there is not even a second thought in actually glorifying him, even calling him a freedom fighter and whatnot.
So the first question is related to Vande Mataram and under what law the UP Chief Minister will be barring anybody who is, refusing to sing it. Is there a law that if you are not in a position to sing, whatever reasons are there, why, under what law I will be, my kaan will be, kaan pakad ke bahar nikal denge, what law? Under what law? Is this the language of a Chief Minister? The Chief Minister is constitutionally bound. The second question of yours is that Tipu Sultan, you call one historian on this panel and let the historian say that those Hindus against whom Tipu Sultan acted upon were really loyal to India at that time. If they were loyal to the British, Tipu Sultan had all the right to curb that menace. In the present circumstances, we can only hail Tipu Sultan as a freedom fighter.
Atikur Rahman, are you also going to defend the forced conversions? Are you also going to defend the attack on the temples? Is there a need to glorify Tipu Sultan in today's time?
I have not read anything against Tipu Sultan and his regime forcing any forceful conversion. No, this is a diabolic attempt by the BJP and the Sangh elements because Tipu Sultan was a Muslim ruler. And there is no comparison of Tipu Sultan's patriotism, the BJP talks of. No, how can they really say that Tipu was anti-Hindu or anti-Muslim? In fact, the Muslims, some of the hardcore Muslims, they do not ally with Tipu Sultan because he used to do puja. His prime minister was a Hindu. No, this
the history books are very clear on that, on the charge of the BJP as well. Let me bring in Shehzad Poonawalla on that. So, Shehzad, Tipu Sultan was not a tyrant. Why is the BJP calling it? And why is it a loyalty test when it comes to Vande Mataram? Two issues, but the question is really simple. When it comes to dividing India, is appeasement politics taking center stage?
Some years from now, Prathibha, we will be debating how they will even justify portrait of Osama bin Laden on the wall. Tipu Sultan is nothing more or less than Osama bin Laden. He killed thousands of Hindus, Kodavas. He killed Hindus in Malabar. He even converted and killed Christians in Kerala. But here somebody is eulogizing and saying that it was the fault of the Hindus that they got killed at the hands or converted at the hands of Tipu Sultan. Tipu Sultan is actually Tipu Shaitan. And who is this person? This mentally retarded person who says Tipu Sultan or Shaitan can be compared to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj? This Maharashtra Congress president should be locked up in a mental asylum and the keys should be thrown away. Today I want to ask Kamruzaman Chaudhary and through him Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi, how dare they insult Maharashtra? How dare they insult Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj? They sometimes insult Veer Savarkar, they insult Ambedkar ji, they insult Mahatma Gandhi by not putting up his portrait, they insult all our freedom fighters and they put up the portrait of this terrorist Tipu Shaitan. This is their mindset. And see, second point, Vande Mataram, Article 51A of Constitution says, you have to give respect to national song. National song was selected by the Constitution Sabha. It was selected by Samvidhan Sabha. So Mr. Atikur Rahman, how is it against your faith? Rahmatullah Sayani, he wanted the full Vande Mataram in 1896 session of Congress. So was it, he was anti-Muslim? Was Ashfaqullah Khan anti-Muslim? Was the Mahatma Gandhi anti-Muslim? This mindset that I will not say Vande Mataram, but Babri Zindabad, Atikur Rahman will scream at 9 p.m. Yes, Babri Zindabad. But Vande Mataram, we cannot say it is an imposition on us. Lastly, look, Prathibha, there is a competition of Tushtikaran. You saw that video of Khadgeji saying Sherwani, Biryani, Pareshani. Actually, it is all about that. They want to become the Bada Bhaijan. Till yesterday, Mr. Owaisi was not Pareshani, he was Mehrbani for them. Today he has become Pareshani, so now they are all saying, Main Bada Bhaijan. Nahin, Main Bada Bhaijan. Congress says, I am Muslim party. Then Islam party says, no, Tipu Sultan is great. Then Samajwadi party says, Are you all move, Vande Mataram nahi bolna hai. So they are all competing for one vote bank. And therefore, in this chase of this vote bank, some is saying that reject Vande Mataram and somebody is saying reject Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. I want to know from Kamruzaman Chaudhary, how can they insult Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj? You will not be able to step into Maharashtra if you do this.
So, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, is it all about appeasement, vote bank politics, that you are, the comparison that has been made is extremely unfair? And do you really think that the Congress party stands for this?
Prathibha, don't be judgmental tonight. And I can rather say to these people, to stop this selective history and political hypocrisy. Every time someone praises Tipu Sultan, they are branded as anti-Hindu. But let us open the full history book today, not WhatsApp history, not election history, real history. Let us be brutally honest. Medieval history was not a kindergarten peace seminar. It was war, expansion, survival, power. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj built an empire through military campaigns, raids and battlefield conquest. That was state building, not a poetry festival. Maharajah Pratap fought relentless wars against the Mughals. Ashoka slaughtered thousands in the Kalinga before becoming a symbol of peace. But what do you want? Why is Tipu dragged into religious debate while others are presented as pure saints?
No, but is it a very deliberate comparison that is being made by the Congress party? On one hand, you have the Hindu icon, and on the other hand, you're equating him with Tipu Sultan. Is it a very deliberate ploy by the Congress party? That's my question.
No. The definition of nationalism, appeasement, or supremacy, there is a difference between what we as Indians think and what the Sanghis think. For them, nationalism is cultural nationalism defined by one's religious identity. For me, nationalism is what India is, what we gave it to India in the 1947, not this people. Even I'm ashamed to speak of my Prime Minister today when he went to Assam on an election speech. He made the Hindus feel like, okay, you are under attack from the Muslims, thereby rendering the Muslims so insecure in their own country. Now, who will be responsible for this? We never wanted a Prime Minister who made India, the religious minorities, so insecure in front of the Hindus that
Kamruzaman ji, on one hand you have Tipu Sultan being hailed as a freedom fighter. So my question is only this. Kamruzaman ji, please listen to me just a moment. Tipu Sultan is hailed time and again as a freedom fighter. Even if history books say that he was trying to defend his own kingdom, many a times the Congress party has said that he was a freedom fighter. He's the first freedom fighter of the country. Many have said it even in Karnataka when the government had brought in Tipu Jayanti as well. You're talking about him being a part of the freedom struggle. Then you have Vande Mataram, which has been the soul of the freedom struggle. So then where does religion come in? When it comes to Tipu Sultan, you say don't use religion, don't look at that. He was not a tyrant. We're looking at history selectively. Then what happens to this exact argument when it comes to Vande Mataram?
Okay, Prathibha, the point out here is that those people who shot at Mahatma Gandhi portrayed idealizing what you call this Nathuram Godse, the murderer of Mahatma Gandhi. It was the same Mahatma Gandhi who said that the 6 stanzas of the Vande Mataram will not be incorporated in the actual Vande Mataram, the religious song, the national song of India. Rabindranath Tagore, I believe Bengal elections are coming and Shahzad must be very aware of the sensitivities with Rabindranath Tagore. He said, Vande Mataram
but Kamruzman ji, you're mentioning Gandhi ji, and this is exactly what I mean. When it suits you, you're quoting Gandhi ji. But his portrait was not there in the deputy mayor's office. You keep Tipu Sultan's poster or the picture. But where was Gandhi ji in this picture? Where was Ambedkar ji? His pictures were not there in the office.
That is not an argument. That is intellectual bankruptcy. If you keep up a portrait of Godse, or you keep a portrait of Mahatma Gandhi, or you keep a portrait of Savarkar, that's intellectual bankruptcy. But my point tonight, Prathibha, history was political. Only modern politicians are making it communal, like Prime Minister has done in Assam, like Hemanta Biswa Sharma has been spewing venom in Assam against the man. And one last point, Prathibha, ask these people from the BJP and the RSS, why is not a single Muslim voting for the BJP now? Is that not selective supremacy political ideology that the BJP and the RSS is practicing in India? Why don't you want to include me as an Indian Muslim to vote for you? What efforts are you making? You do not give me a ticket in the elections. You do not want me to be studying in a madrasa. You don't want me to go into higher education. You have stopped the scholarships in higher education. You don't want a Muslim to buy a plot of land from a Hindu as in Assam. Or you can't buy something in like in this thing.
Shahzad is responding to that.
Bulldozer roll out as soon as some Muslim is committing a crime.
Okay, exclusionist. It is the BJP that is exclusionist. Shahzad.
Now, can I speak?
Yes.
First of all, again, as a proud Maharashtrian and as a proud nationalist, I take strong objection to the cavalier comparison of Tipu Shaitan Osama bin Laden to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj protected temples. He protected Hinduvi Swaraj. He was the person who was behind Hinduvi Swaraj and the fight against the invaders for our Swaraj. He protected Hindus. He did not murder Hindus. How can you dare compare like this? Mr. Kamruzama Chaudhary, be very careful with what you're saying. I'm telling you. Secondly, you are saying that Mahatma Gandhi said, Congress naam ki dukaan band karo. Arey, sun lijiye, Kamruji, I did not interrupt you. You have spoken for 7 minutes. No, Prathibha, there has to be some equanimity. He has spoken so long.
Let Shahzad respond. Shahzad, go on.
Prathibha, I have heard him out.
Yes.
He has spoken so long.
Yes.
He has given takrir. Now I am speaking, so he is interrupting. Then Mahatma Gandhi, if you want to listen to 2 stanza, 6 stanza, then listen to what he said कि कांग्रेस बंद करो. Then Mahatma Gandhi की सुनो, वो राम राज्य बोलते थे, आप तो राम को काल्पनिक बोलते हो. नहीं, आधा सिलेक्टिवली. महात्मा गांधी का पोर्ट्रेट नहीं चाहिए. ओसामा बिन लादेन टीपू शैतान का चाहिए. Anyway, now third point. Prime Minister has said चुन चुन कर घुसपैठिया को लात मारकर निकालना है. How any community is feeling insecure? Is Kamruzama Chaudhary feeling that he is घुसपैठिया? Or is Muslim feeling is घुसपैठिया? Nobody is feeling. घुसपैठिया is घुसपैठिया. But Kamruzama ji thinks more like Kamru and less like Chaudhary. अरे आपका भी कन्वर्जन टीपू सुल्तान ने कराया है तलवार की नोक पे. You are Chaudhary first. You have become Kamru because of Tipu. But you are still not able to see how you have been victimized. But last point I want to ask Mr. Kamruzama Chaudhary, very important point, that Mr. Kamruzama Chaudhary, Vande Mataram ka 2 stanza, 6 stanza, your leaders are not even saying 2 stanza. Arif Masood, Imran Masood, they are saying we will not say Vande Mataram. It is against our faith. It is against our prayer paddhati. Are you doing prayer when you are saying Vande Mataram? What is prayer got to do with Vande Mataram? And you are supporting Tipu Sultan's comparison with Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj? Even Uddhav Sena is not supporting.
Okay, so but Shahzad, the issue that was raised by Owaisi is also this becomes a loyalty test. How does the BJP respond to that on the questions on whether Muslims are feeling uncomfortable with Vande Mataram, as is being claimed by Owaisi, that it is not acceptable to us, and more importantly, with the UP Chief Minister coming out to say that you don't have a right to live in India, and this is the exclusionary mindset of the BJP that the opposition is talking about.
One second. Yogi Adityanath ji has said exactly the absolutely right thing. Bhai, if you don't want to say Vande Mataram, that means your body is here, your soul is somewhere else. So you better take your body with your soul. Jahan soul hai, wahi to body honi chahiye. If your soul is in outside India, then why you want your body inside India? You take your body also outside. It is helpful for them. They will not be in dichotomy. And Vande Mataram, when it was chanted by Ashfaqullah Khan, it was loyalty test. When it was chanted by Rahmatullah Sayani, it was loyalty test. This Owaisi, this Neo Jinnah, who will go and eulogize all the terrorists, he is telling us about this. Are Mr. Owaisi, you are to batting for Yaqub Memon also. You are batting for Afzal Guru also. You are batting for Indian Mujahideen also. So this is the thing, that when courts have convicted Yaqub Memon, he is still going and batting for them. And this then becomes a loyalty test. But if you stand up for a terrorist who has attacked India, then what does that make you? How can you stand for terrorists? How can you stand for Ghazni, Gauri and for Tipu Sultan?
Okay.
It does become a test that you are standing with those who have invaded India, who have attacked Hindus and temples.
Okay, so Yuvraj Pokhara, are you in agreement to that? It is a loyalty test, but anybody who is in the country should not have an objection to it.
Prathibha, for starters, I'll just want to address a Tipu issue. Mr. Kamru raised a political bogey. Tipu ko attack kar raha because he was Muslim. No, Tipu was not just a Muslim. He was a bloody jihadi pork. Let me quote some anecdotes from the history. He converted 4 lakh Malabar Hindus to Islam. And that is why descendants of Mandiya Mayangars till today do not celebrate Diwali. And it is not only confined to Hindus. He captured 60,000 Christians and converted 30,000 of them to Islam. Forcefully, of course. And emptied Mangalore of Christians. So this was Tipu for you. And I don't know what is the debate about. This is the DNA, Charitra of Samajwadi Party. I think Shehzad must remember in 2012, the High Court, for the 2012 Varanasi serial blast, there were Muslims convicted and Akhilesh Yadav was willing to drop all the charges of them just because they were Muslims. And the Allahabad High Court had to castigate him. कि क्या आप इनको पद्म भूषण देना चाहते हो? And why am I addressing Akhilesh Yadav? Is one simple reason. This so-called deputy mayor, Nihal Ahmed, she claims to be Shane-e-Hind. No, she is not Shane-e-Hind. She is in fact Ghazwa-e-Hind. और वो समाजवादी पार्टी से ही है. तो yes, Vande Mataram is and should be a loyalty test because it is our national song. It is not a religious song. It is a national song. It should be the loyalty test. If it is not, then it should be.
Okay, so Dr. Pooja Mishra, we have on one hand details of Tipu Sultan, and these are not selective history as you had Professor Atikur Rahman say. These are letters that Tipu himself had written where he had boasted about converting 4 lakh people. So, destroyer of temples, he converted Hindus in thousands. He was proud about it. Is that what the Samajwadi Party is celebrating? Is that the support that the Congress Party is extending to you?
Prathibha ji, I think BJP has been in power for this is their 3rd term. They should focus on making a law that law should describe that the no invader should be glorified. We will stop this digging into past. Every time BJP comes in power, they will be digging into past. Every time this were invader, that were invader. So till the BJP brings a law, the Samajwadi Party will be indulging and glorifying Tipu. If that is the case, why was the poster brought down? Pratibha ji, I'm suggesting let the BJP bring the law. They are in power. They are in power. They were, even Kiran Rijiju ji said that हम तो बहुत जो है संख्या में है. अगर विपक्ष नहीं रहता तो भी हम लोग पास कर लेंगे. But we want them to be in the parliament. What he said. You are already in power. You have the majority. You can make any law. Why we are discussing about the Tipu Sultan? There was a serial when I was tiny. I used to watch that serial. That was the sword of Tipu Sultan.
Dr. Pooja, so now that we have rules for Vande Mataram, can the opposition be in agreement that now the laws have been brought and we are not going to object to it?
Prathibha ji, allow the BJP to bring the law. I'm just suggesting it. It's a fair suggestion. We will stop talking about the past. We'll start talking about the present of Shivaji. The Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj statue, 35-feet statue, that collapses after a few months. That is the corruption. We need to talk about the corruption. The BJP always
let's speak about the present. So I'm talking about the present now. Okay, Dr. Pooja, you said let's speak about the present. Let's not talk about history. You know, it was a mayor from your party who kept the Tipu Sultan poster. But if you want to talk about the present, let's talk about Vande Mataram. You spoke about rules that has been brought in. Can the opposition now come on the same page and say that there's no objection to all stanzas of Vande Mataram?
If they, Vande Mataram, before me, the BJP spokesperson, he said that Vande Mataram was added to the constitution by the constitutional body and the constitutional committee. And at that time, Rabindranath Tagore, B.R. Ambedkar, they all said the 4 stanzas are appropriate for the constitution, and rather than all of other stanzas can hamper the structure of our sovereign and sovereign nature of our constitution. They agreed to it. Only there will be 4 stanzas, not more than that. And I don't think that singing national song can be proved to your nationality. Until and unless you are doing your job, you are not indulging to corruption. If you are representative, you are working properly for the nation, you are taking nation to the path of progress. That can't define your nationality. National anthem, it's compulsory. It's your duty. It's not national anthem is your fundamental duty. National song is not your fundamental duty. That wasn't assigned by the Constitutional Committee.
Let me for 30 seconds.
Yes, Yuvraj.
Let me put things in perspective. Jinnah objected to Vande Mataram on October 15, 1937 in the very city of Lucknow. Then the then Congress president, please shut up, let me speak. Please shut up, let me speak.
We can hear you, Yuvraj, go on. Yes. Let's not get personal. Yes, Yuvraj, please, very quickly.
Jinnah objected to Vande Mataram on October 15, 1937 in Lucknow. The then Congress President Nehru wrote to the different letters to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, B.R. Ambedkar and Rabindranath Tagore.
He mentioned that it could be irritant.
This song may irritate Muslims.
Yes.
So we need to truncate the Vande Mataram.
Okay, very quickly as we are coming to a close, I want to take closing thoughts from Shehzad as well, because the Samajwadi Party says, is there a rule that we can't glorify or put up pictures of Tipu Sultan?
These things, by the way, it's not 4 stanzas, it's 2 stanzas. So Mishraji does not even know the full details of this entire Vande Mataram. And even when it was 2 stanzas and assembly was singing it, at that time Abu Azmi has said, it is against my religion, even the 2 stanzas. So the point is, what rule or law do they follow? There's UCC is a law in constitution. Do they follow? The Shah Banu law was passed by the Supreme Court. Do they follow? Shaira Banu case said that triple talaq law should be followed. So law was made. Do they follow? This law is a ruse. Madam Mishra, if she wants to follow, this comes from the heart. It does not come from legality. Your love for nation, can it be legislated? Your love for mother is legislated. Prathibha, Kanun mein likha hoga, then you will love your mother. Otherwise, you will not love your mother. You will say, no, it's not written in the rules, so I won't love my mother. What logic is this? I want to ask Mishra ji just one question. Your leader says Babri Zindabad is a very good slogan, but Vande Mataram is against my religion. How?
So is this pseudo-secularism? That's for the parties to decide, and of course the voters are watching, and for the comparison that Congress party has made as well. There could be political repercussions. Does the Congress party actually agree with this comparison or not? We're keeping a watch on that. I'll have to leave it at that. Thanking our guests for joining us this evening. Shehzad, thank you for joining us. Yuvraj Pukharna, Kamarudin Chaudhary, as well as Professor Atikur Rahman and Dr. Pooja Mishra.